Khaled, the Arsenal fan.
Oh, Khaled.
Part of the furniture now. Khaled, how are you?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, Khaled.
Yeah, I'm all right. Just plonking away.
Oh, you keep that to yourself, you dirty.
Happy boy yesterday, Khaled?
Yeah, there's a few things I want to get off my chest, Andy, and I hope you give me the chance to do so.
Right.
Yesterday...
Oh, don't be so stupid. No, sorry, go on, Khaled.
Utter domination by the Arsenal. I mean, for 80 minutes, and I'm sure Cundy will agree on this, we absolutely battered them. And I'll tell you what I saw last night, Andy. I saw a manager, a young, energetic, ambitious, on the front foot manager, and then you had an old, slow, lethargic dinosaur. I mean, Spurs fans must be pulling their hair out. Absolutely dire football. And for you and Cundy to suggest that Mourinho currently is a better manager than Arteta, I'm sorry, but you need to start eating some proper food because you're not thinking straight, mate. And I'll be honest with you. And just to touch on the penalty...
Hold on, before you move on, what we actually said was...
No,
Mikel Arteta...
No,
hold on, I'm not backtracking. What we actually said was, on the back of your statement of Mikel Arteta, who's the third best manager in the league, we said, no, he's not. That's what we said.
You said Mourinho is better than him.
I would stand by that, yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I would stand by that.
Okay, can I ask you a question? And answer me honestly, Jason. Please answer honestly. If you had if you had to choose one manager now to manage your club, are you choosing Arteta or Mourinho? And you have to choose one.
I'm choosing Arteta. I'm choosing Arteta, and I'll tell you why.
Right.
I'll tell you why.
Okay, but you think Mourinho's a better manager than Arteta, yet you'll still choose Arteta.
No, I'll tell you why.
Sorry,
No, if you let me speak, Khaled.
Go on.
Calm down, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have Jose back at my club. So you could offer me Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I'd choose Ole. You could offer me any manager. I wouldn't have Jose back at my club because I know the man. I know, but and
forget what's happened in the past, Case. I'm talking about current reasons.
No, but you can't forget. You can't forget. You can't forget because he will win. He's a trophy pig. Okay, he comes to Chelsea and he wins. He's won league titles. 3 league titles he's won. Okay.
Yeah.
But he will leave the club with a massive cloud over the club. He's done it the second time. He's not the same manager that took over Chelsea in 2004 or 2003, what it was. I said to Andy, the same thing had happened, and it's going to happen at Spurs, right?
Okay,
but you cannot...
We'll agree. Okay, look, we'll agree to disagree on that one. Right. I do want to touch on the penalty issue, because I know Andy doesn't think it's a penalty. Not only was it a penalty, but it was a straight red card. And I'll tell you why. Anywhere else on the pitch, Andy, that's a free kick, right? Knee high, reckless. I mean... what more do you want? How can you even dispute whether that's a penalty or not? And I'll tell you one other thing. The FA and the Premier League need to start looking at Harry Kane because I'll tell you what, he leaves these sneaky, dirty fouls on players, and he's done it numerous times this season. And I know you and Jason drool over him, but the fact of the matter is he gets away with it time and time again. And someone needs to look at it because Gabriel yesterday got an elbow straight in the elbow.
It wasn't an elbow, Khaled. No, Khaled, it wasn't.
No,
it wasn't an elbow.
3 times.
Khaled, you can't make things up to suit your argument. It was not. It was a foul, and as I said earlier, I think you heard me say, it was somewhere between a yellow and a red. Okay, it was a naughty one. Had he sent him off, it wouldn't have been rescinded. But it was not an elbow.
What? So you think? Right? Has Harry Kane got previous in doing this or not?
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. You can't
listen. He backs into players.
Yeah, I agree with you.
He's done it time and time again. And I'm sorry, the FA and the Premier League need to look at his conduct and need to look at these sneaky, dirty fouls that he leaves in on players, and they need to do something about it. Because I'll tell you something, someone's going to get seriously injured if they carry on letting him get away with it.
Khaled, can I ask you some questions?
Is it because he's English?
No, don't be silly, Khaled.
Let me... Look, why?
No, don't be silly, Khaled.
Andy,
who got sent off for Spurs? Who got sent off? Khaled.
Why did he get away with it?
Khaled, who got sent off for Spurs? Was he English?
Who? Lamella?
Yeah.
Lamella's got a history, mate.
So that's his first red card.
No, but he's got his first red card. I don't know how it's his first.
Well, that's irrelevant. He hasn't got. Has he got history? Has he got history? Khaled, has he got history?
Yeah, he has got history.
Right. Tell me the history. Tell me his red card history.
I can tell you the ones he's got away with.
No. Tell me the history. The red card history.
I can tell you what he's got away with.
Okay, no, that's not history. That's not history, is it?
So much he's got away with.
Let me ask you this question. Khaled, let me ask you this question. Khaled.
He is a piece of work.
Khaled, let me ask you this question. You said Arsenal absolutely battered Spurs, didn't you?
For 80 minutes. Yeah, we did.
3 shots on target each. Possession split.
Can I ask you a question? Did you watch the game?
Yeah.
Did you watch it? And what did you think of that first half? We should have been...
Yeah, Spurs were terrible.
Forget 1-1. We should have been 4 up.
Why weren't you?
Hit the post, hit the crossbar.
Well, you got to score. That's off target.
I know. But we hit the post and we hit the crossbar.
Well, that's off target, Khaled.
Yeah, but come on, Andy, let's be real here, mate. If you watched the game, you would have seen that we absolutely battered them. And the only time they actually got into the game was...
Khaled, I love the way you look at things, honestly.
Okay. Let me ask Khaled one more. Khaled, let me ask you a question.
There's so much balance to this conversation. One's a red card. Harry Kane's issuing 2 reds. Right. You battered them.
You played the game. Jason, you played the game.
I don't even think it was a penalty, Khaled. I'm not convinced.
On the pitch. Anywhere else on the pitch, is that a foul, yes or no? Anywhere else on the pitch?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't...
played the game, Jason.
Khaled, I'm not totally convinced that it was a foul.
Okay.
I'm not totally convinced.
Anywhere else on the pitch, is that a foul? It's a simple question. It's not a trick question.
Well, no, if I don't think it's a foul, but you know, by common denomination, I would not give that as a free kick on the pitch. That's what I'm saying. I think it's one of those. I thought it was a penalty when I first saw it. I thought it was. Then you see another angle.
Reckless.
Then you see another angle, and Lacazette actually has sliced. Didn't Lacazette say something after the game about it?
It shouldn't have been a penalty, yeah.
So the player that got the penalty is suggesting it perhaps it wasn't. Yet Khaled said it's a red card.
It is an absolute stonewaller. You can't even argue with it.
Khaled, can I ask you a question? Khaled, can I ask you a question?
Jason, you know what? Look, I can take it from Andy because he hasn't played the game. You've played the game, Jason.
You haven't, Khaled.
Know that's a knee-high, reckless challenge.
It's a clumsy challenge. It's clumsy.
Can I just ask, Khaled, when you say I haven't played the game and Jason has, which you're right, okay, am I right in saying you haven't played the game?
No, well,
okay, and the person you haven't, right? And the person who was involved in the penalty has played the game, and he says it wasn't.
He didn't say it wasn't.
Yeah, he was.
He didn't say it wasn't. No, he didn't.
I think he alluded to it.
He alluded to it.
He didn't. He didn't say it wasn't a penalty. He didn't categorically say it wasn't.
What did he say?
He said maybe it was a lucky one. But we look. At the end of the day, whichever way you look at it, you've got your opinions, I've got my opinion. My opinion is it's a knee-high, reckless challenge. Anywhere else on the pitch, that's a foul.
Okay, let me ask you one other question. Right? When you're talking about Arteta versus Jose, right?
Yeah.
Do you base a lot of your argument on trophies won recently, don't you?
And the style of football and the fact that we're in a transition season and what he's doing and what he's done.
Okay. If Jose wins Spurs the Europa League and the League Cup, will you change your opinion?
If Arteta wins the Europa League...
No, listen, Khaled. Please answer my question. No, I'm asking you, Khaled. You can have your say after it, but my question is, if Jose wins the Europa League and the League Cup, will you change your opinion and say that Jose is a better manager than Mikel Arteta?
No.
You won't?
No, I won't.
So Jose will win 2 pieces of silverware and finish above Arsenal, and Arteta's still the better manager in your opinion?
Okay, so if Arteta...
No, hold on, I haven't finished.
But you're the one that suggested...
No, hold on, Khaled, there's a reason I'm asking. Is that correct, that if Jose finishes above Arsenal and wins the Europa League and League Cup, you still don't think he's better than Arteta? Is that correct?
He won't, no. He won't.
No, Khaled.
He won't.
Okay, but if he, just for the sake of this argument, and you can have your argument in a minute, but if he does, am I right in saying you still don't think he's better?
Do you know what, Andy? If he does, I'm going to put on a Tottenham shirt and send it to you via Twitter. And you've got my Twitter account as well. And I'm going to wear a Tottenham shirt. Listen, on radio, on national radio now, if Jose Mourinho wins the Europa League and wins the League Cup, I, Khaled, and Shireen's here witnessing, I'm going to wear a Tottenham shirt with Harry Kane on the back, and I'm going to tweet it to you.
Will you kiss the badge?
I will kiss the badge, because it's never going to happen.
And if that happens, will he be a better manager than Arteta?
But just on the flip side...
No, you still haven't answered it. You can flip it in a minute. Answer me. You flip it in a minute.
Do flip it in a minute,
Flip it in a minute. Flip it in a minute, because there's a question on the back of your answer, right?
Yeah.
If that does happen, will you then admit that Jose's a better manager?
I will do, I will do.
You will admit that?
Yeah, I'll admit that.
Okay.
But can you do me a favour now?
Of course I can.
You admit, right, if Arteta wins the Europa League and finishes, let's say top 6, I'm not, top 4 for me is
impossible.
Quite far out now.
Impossible.
Okay, quite far out. It's not
impossible. It is impossible.
Mathematically, it's still possible.
Factually,
right?
go on.
So if he finishes top 6, right, and wins the Europa League, will you then admit that Arteta, right, is a better manager than Jose Mourinho?
No.
Currently.
No.
Currently.
No.
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 So, like I said, you need to eat some proper food, mate.
He's
You're
not
thinking straight.
He's not.
You need to,
But you think Arteta's better than Ancelotti?
Look, you called me deluded, and you said I was the stupidest fan you'd ever spoken to.
Is he the third best manager in the league, Khaled?
Khaled, listen to Jason.
Is he the third best manager in the league?
Currently.
Yeah.
How can you argue?
No, is he?
For God's sake, how can you argue?
No, I'm asking. Is he the third best manager in the Premier League?
Do you know what? Arguably...
He can't answer now.
I just want
He
Khaled.
can't answer you now, Jay.
Are you flipping it again, Khaled?
He can't answer now.
Stop flipping it.
Arguably, I'd put him joint second. Forget about third. I'd put him joint second.
Who's first?
Yeah. Pep.
And who's he second with?
Klopp.
You're saying Mikel Arteta and Klopp.
I'd put him joint second with Klopp.
So
right
Klopp's won the Premier League and the Champions League. Arteta's won the FA Cup, and you're saying they're the same.
Look, I said if he wins the Europa League, right? If he wins the Europa League and finish top 6, I'll put him joint second with Klopp. Currently, as the
Khaled, I'm going to apologise to you, Khaled. I'm going to apologise to you. All right? Last time you were on, I said, I think you are possibly the most stupid call I've ever had. I'm going to apologise. You are, without a shadow of a doubt, the most stupid call I've ever had.
You don't even believe that, Khaled.
Yeah, I do.
You don't. He's not joint with Klopp. He's not joint with Klopp.
And you know what? When he wins the Europa, when we win the Europa League, and
you've got to win the Champions League and the league.
You can put your hand... No, because I'm talking about the current circumstances. I'm not talking about history. I'm talking about currently what he's doing.
You're 10th.
What he's doing.
You're 10th.
But you know what?
You're Aston Villa above you.
I absolutely agree with Jason, what he was saying a few weeks ago.
Don't agree with me, Khaled.
Khaled.
I don't want you to agree with me.
Khaled.
I agree with you because you said Manchester United were in a false position.
Khaled.
I believe Arsenal were in a false position.
What do you want to do with Khaled, Jay? Hold on one second, Khaled. I like Khaled. Wait there, Khaled.
He's got a temper on him, though.
He's now moved up.
Yeah.
To joint second with
I know.
Klopp.
He's not happy with ridiculing himself at
Premier League, Champions League, Klopp, Arteta, 10th in the Premier League. What happens?
Look, Arteta may well go on to be a very good manager and bring the glory days back to Arsenal. That may well happen, right?
Yeah.
That may well happen. And they may well go on and have some success right now. But I think Khaled is very blinkered. He's very blinkered as well. I know we can all, be blinkered and see our club in a certain way. But just listening to him talk there, right? Here's what Khaled thinks of Arsenal, right? It was a penalty, it was a red card. Harry Kane should have seen a red card as well.
Yeah.
Okay. They battered them.
Yeah.
And now that has elevated Arteta to the joint
second with Klopp,
best manager in the Premier League. I mean, come on, Khaled. Come on. I mean,
where does that rate for you amongst the most stupid things you've ever heard?
I mean, I love Khaled.
Yeah, I love Khaled as well.
I think he livens the show up.
Yeah, he does. The show would be worse with.
Look. Come at the end of the season. We only really know anything at the end of the season, right?
Yeah.
There's loads of things that could happen between now and the end of the season. Loads of things.
Can you imagine if Spurs win the cup? Both of them.
Can you imagine if Arsenal do though? Oh my God, Khaled will be unbearable.